and Hardy on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Yes. We are Toucher and Hardy. Town Fair Tire Studios, 617-779-0985. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. And watch us. It's a lot of fun. Watch us. We got a taste of television yesterday at midday, which was very exciting for us. And I got to sit in another chair in the studio. I'd never sat in another chair before. And I sat in the chair that Beetle and Felger sit in, and it was quite powerful.
Yeah, you feel a different gravitas when you sit over here.
Yes, it definitely, without my trusty board that does so many things now. I don't know, I feel naked without that in front of me. My board that gradually gets more and more things taken away from it. Now it controls the mics unless someone else controls them. It turns on the phone and can do the phone levels unless someone controls the phone levels that can override me. And I can ride Vox Pro up and down. But other than that, not a lot I can do over here.
Where's the trust?
The idea, I ran all the stuff at BCN. I ran all the, except for commercials, I didn't run all the stuff, but I had a touch screen and stuff that I could use if I wanted to. In Atlanta, I had a touch screen. In Atlanta, I ran the board when I did the morning show. I ran the board, which wasn't difficult. I mean, it wasn't very hard. I just hit a button when it was time to go to commercial. It wasn't, rocket science. But not that running the board is easy.
Absolutely not.
No. But I prefer not.
That's what you miss. You don't have that.
Yeah, you don't have that
ability.
I don't have that ability.
Yeah.
But
we started this show, you had a lot, as you detailed, you had a lot of control of a lot of things.
Well, I could play stuff off my computer, but they said that they didn't want me to have that. And then I could have, but you guys can play stuff off your computers.
Yes.
And then that's right, Abdo. And then I would have a touch screen, but that's gone now too. So it's all gone. So there you go. I got I have this useless board in front of me.
And two monitors, one of which, do you even turn that left one on?
No, because that would be the touch screen and where I can play things out of. That would be the thing that has all the accoutrements.
Mm. So you've never turned that monitor on?
Since we've been here?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No, in Brighton I did, and then when we moved to Dorchester, it stopped. It didn't do anything, and then we moved here, it didn't do anything. So that's it. Yeah, there's one monitor that's never on. I've never even thought of it really. It just just a blank space in front of me. I've never even really considered it.
Huh.
I have wanted to play things off the computer before. Like we were looking, it would be a lot easier for me if we were talking about something and I knew where to find it.
Yeah, well, that's a whole other issue, like actually finding the stuff.
No, but if it was if we were talking about a song or something and I knew where it was on YouTube or something and I had familiarity with where it would be and I could, loose, we were just having a conversation, you guys were talking and I had a second to pull it up. I mean, I can do that, I'm capable of doing that.
Yeah, and of course you could. That is the one thing I think they've guarded against is being able to have hosts be able to directly rip stuff from online and just play it on the air. And
right.
I used to do it quite a bit. The last time I really remember doing it and getting burned by it is I was trying to quickly, when I was doing updates on Zolak and Beetle, Celtics were playing the Pelicans, and I always used to like to play the Scarface drop. Come on, Pelican! Let's go, Pelican! Come on, Pelican! So I pulled up the clip from the movie as quickly as I could and went to play it during my update, and instead it was Michelle Pfeiffer right before he's talking about the Pelicans, telling both Tony and Manny, "Could you stop saying F all the time?" And that went out over the air like clear as day.
Being a problem.
Yeah. So they didn't like that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I'm the reason, but
You're the reason.
They couldn't dump it?
For reasons like that. Tebow, he probably did, but he also was always kind of looking to get everybody in a, low-level amount of trouble, so he may have let it fly.
Well, if you play something and it's not dumped and you don't have the dump button, that's not on you. I mean, it wouldn't be. It would be the guy who has the dump button. I mean, people make mistakes all the time. That's why there's a dump button.
We should see if we can get a dump button installed in Rick's office, because we used to have a program director who had the dump button in his office, and that's the ultimate fail-safe.
Yeah, when I started at WBCN, we had a program director, Dave Wellington, who I have two things about him. Three, but I'll say two. And the one thing was, as Hardy stated, he had engineering put a dump button in his studio, in his office. I'm sure not at all influenced by Tom Chiasano for Howard Stern. I'm sure that had nothing to do with anything. And he would sit in his office and listen to the show with the dump button, because that's all he cared about, was if we got in trouble. And one time I said something, and he wrote the head of CBS Radio a letter telling him that I had said it.
Yeah.
And
what he's supposed to do.
Get in front of things.
Protect the license.
To get in front of things.
Yeah.
Now, and I guess it's good that the president of CBS Radio didn't care what Dave Wellington had to send him, and probably never even read it.
How dare you?
But, nothing happened. But he did say, I mean, it just, we're always waiting for us to get in trouble. Just trouble. Get in trouble. And this was like before Imus. The Imus thing, when Imus said this stuff about Rutgers women's basketball, that was when we were on 98.5 The Sports Hub. So at BCN, Opie and Anthony, like there was all this, it was still, it was really unnecessary. Like, I don't know what he thought was going to happen, but it was.
Well, what I said about those women playing was taken out of context.
Well, what he did was he went too crazy apologizing, is what Don Imus made the mistake.
You got forced to apologize. Taken off the air is all I've ever known. 6:11 Thursday morning. Quack, quack.
Because he got fired, even though he went like on Al Sharpton show and all this stuff. Like he did all this stuff, like went on this tour, and they still fired him. So, you could have saved yourself all that aggravation and just kind of hunkered down. And then just,
I could have saved myself a lot of aggravation. Just gone to Santa Fe, seen my brother. And he's got a fantastic hat and boot shop in Santa Fe and Albuquerque too. And we got the kids camp.
Kids camp seems.
Deirdre and I will go in there and visit the kids and get them all a cowboy hat. And 6:12 now Thursday morning, and that's what I should have done.
The kids' camp was interesting because it was on his sprawling ranch. The
Imus Ranch.
Yeah, which I would imagine if you have a kids' camp there occasionally, then you no longer pay taxes on the property, and it's all a big write-off.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a kid camp, a week a year. Now it's tax exempt.
They don't ride the horses. They're allowed to look at the horses. They can pet them at the hind quarters. You got to be careful. Those rear back and kick you in the head. That's what happened to me anyway. 6:13 now Thursday morning.
What's going on with the kids? What's their condition? Well, stuff. It's just a camp for kids with stuff.
They got all kinds of stuff. Some sicker than others. You know what I'm talking about there, Tommy.
I told you that on my floor my freshman year was who was the guy that was with the mustache that was his co-host,
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Oh, the news guy. What was his name?
He seemed like a good dude.
Yeah, his son was on my floor.
Oh.
But I had never heard Imus, and that's legit. Like I had never even heard of Imus.
Yeah.
Because we didn't get Stern in Detroit when I was growing up, and I didn't have any idea who Imus was.
I didn't hear Imus until I was in Albuquerque.
But I went to I have heard very, very little of Imus. I've never heard Imus like on the broadcast radio.
Oh,
but
I remember asking one of the PDs in the building, like, describe this show, explain this show to me. I don't get it. They ran it as the morning show for one of our stations in New Mexico, obviously. And I said, what's with the duck quacking? What are they doing? What is this show?
Back when there was some kind of separation between the presidency and every media outlet, and there was some, a semblance of like difficulty getting them as a guest. There was no social media, so you couldn't pontificate over and over again in the middle of the night. Imus had Clinton on when he was like running for president, and it was, I guess, like this big deal. Like they say it helped Clinton win the election.
Wow.
At least when they're saying things about Don Imus, that he had Bill Clinton on when he was running for president, which I guess was like back then. Now that doesn't seem like a big deal because if you're smart, I guess you'd go on a bunch of stuff because it humanizes you. But back then it was, very, very rare for a major presidential candidate to do a radio show. And Clinton called into Imus, and I guess Imus like busted his balls a little bit. And they say that that's part of the reason Clinton won the election. That's according at least to the biographies of Don Imus that I've seen, the brief ones, when he died. That was a big feather in his cap.
Yeah.
But I never understood that show either.
No, I don't know.
Like when I hear clips of it, I don't understand how it was popular. I can't understand anything that's going on.
It was really popular here when it first started.
Yeah, it's weird.
What station was on an AM?
Yeah, it was EEI. EEI had him in the mornings.
Because you would have to know so much about politics.
Yeah.
Like he would just be like, Ruth Hextall she's a real Jerry Watts. She's a nincompoop.
Senator McKenzie makes Carl Levin look like an Einstein.
Carl Levin.
Like, who? What?
I don't know,
What's
Carl.
the joke? I don't even know what you're talking about.
If you knew anything about the two.
Well, you can't be hating on Tebow there because if you're hating on Tebow, you're hating on Jesus.
That's it.
Of course.
Whether you're a Christian or not, it's irrelevant.
I think that's him talking about me. That's him talking about me.
Oh,
making fun
Tebow.
of
Yeah,
Tebow.
yeah.
When that whole thing went crazy. Because again, I said that Tebow, I made fun of Tebow's draft party, and the big thing was...
what exactly did you say?
I said
if you
that
could say it verbatim again.
I mean, I've already got in trouble. Do you want me to say it? I mean, it's not...
No, because it was so stupid the first time. I don't want to have to go through it with you a second time.
Well, I was never going to get in trouble. That's the thing. But so, I mean, what were they going to fire? I mean, I didn't do anything. I mean, I made fun of a white Christian guy, and I'm white and Christian. I can do that. It's like black people saying the N-word. I can't, but they can. I can make fun of white Christian guys as much as I want.
Well, if you didn't do anything, how come that news guy was camped out in front of your house? You must have done something.
Yeah, I was in a big danger of losing my job. But this is the most press coverage I've ever gotten in my career, and it was over something that I was never going to get fired for. And so I said this thing about Tim Tebow, but the reason that it got to be such a news story was not because of what I said at all. It was because Don Imus had been fired for saying the things about the Rutgers women's basketball team, and the whole thing from conservatives was, well, if he got fired from that, why is he not getting fired? Fred Toucher getting fired, or the loser in Boston getting fired for the things he said about Tim Tebow. And it became, for 24 hours, like a hot topic. And so I had to defer to my father because I said, I'm being called a moonbat. And I'm like, moonbat? What is that good or bad? And he goes, oh, no, that's bad. Yeah. That's like the N-word for, that's like the N-word for old conservative guys. And I went, well, I'm in a heap of it. But for 24 hours. And there was a guy on CNN that was going nuts on me. And it turned out he killed a guy drunk. So before. So I find it very hard for him to be on any kind of moral high horse about anything, considering he was drunk and he ran over a guy. And that's undebatable. Now, he got off in some way. There was like a technicality that got him off. But he, without libel, definitely killed a guy in Boston drunk. So in a vehicle operating it. So I don't know exactly where he was coming from compared to me. I just made fun of Tim Tebow. You killed a guy drunk. These are not the same things. You can stand no moral high ground with me, sir. Now, if I killed 2 guys drunk, then you can step in and start saying things.
Sure.
If I run over 2 people drunk, then you have a good point. But no. And he was fired shortly after because he was a lunatic. And that happened. And then I think we've already talked about this maybe recently, but then Steve Cooper was in front of the station all morning and then and Anthony went on the air and spent 4 hours telling their audience to go after Steve Cooper. So if you Googled Steve Cooper, horrible things would be said because their strategy is they would just fill message boards and things saying terrible things about him until it would get the algorithm to when you Googled his name, have that be the thing. Yeah. I mean, they were very good, the pests. They were very effective in what they did. So I took great pleasure in that. They came to my house in Brighton, the news, and there was my wife at the time opened the door and she was like, no comment, and shut in, and she was all excited that she got to
yeah.
And I talked to Chris Olivero, who was the bigwig at CBS, and he's like, oh, Fred. He's like, quite a bit of attention. And I go, yep, but there's nothing you can do about it. And he goes, nope, there's nothing I can do about it. I go, yeah, well, sorry. Because the Sports Hub had just started.
Yeah.
It was John and Burt Breer in studio. And John threw me under the bus like there was no one's business.
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
No, it wasn't good. You wouldn't do it now. It was your inexperience. And I never blamed you. That's why you don't know. And it's not your fault. But you didn't help things. Like you went, no. And I'm like, all right, that's not good. You put it nice.
I don't remember that at all.
Because I've never brought it up. Okay. Because we're friends now. And now I can say it. So if you ever think I'm a total dick, this is the first John's ever hearing of this.
Oh, my God.
And this was in 2009. 2009. And so, no, it wasn't. Olivero was like, Jesus, that guy didn't help you out at all. And I'm like, no.
Oh, God.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly what happened.
Nice.
But to your credit, and how it was entirely not your fault is part of the reason that it even happened is because it was Bert and you and me, and I just was like, I didn't know what I was doing, and I was just like talking and trying to, and I wish it was a funnier. It wasn't even a joke. I wish it was a funnier observation, because when it's funny, then it's almost like, yeah, well, it's pretty funny.
Yeah. He took a swing. It's obvious that there was a well-crafted joke. You might find it offensive, but
right.
I thought it was pretty good.
And I don't tell a lot of jokes, but if I had like a cool, like funny observation that I found funny, then I would have been much more pleased.
How did it come? How did the subject of him come up in the first place?
It was the day after the draft.
Oh, so it was like April of 2010.
Yes.
All right, I got it. Okay.
Yes. It was the Friday after the first round of the draft.
Okay.
And then he had that weird draft party, and that whole Tebow thing was super weird. He became this weird icon for people I don't like. So
you mentioned telling a joke. Do you think, like this summer when you're spending time with your with your parents in Tennessee, do you think you could we can type out a series of jokes to have your father read them?
Oh yeah, that would be funny. Yeah, that'd be actually pretty funny.
I like that,
because as you told us yesterday and stated before, your father has never told a joke.
No, I've never heard him say anything remotely humorous.
So we can type out a few and see how his delivery is, see if he's capable of doing it.
Yes.
Okay.
If come August when I'm in Tennessee,
all right,
if he is of sound mind and body, I will have my father absolutely do that. I would like to hear that myself, as a matter of fact.
Good.
All right. We will tell you everything that happened last night. By the way, Survivor 50 is over.
Oh.
So that was on the air.
Okay.
It got past me.
All
There was just this thing on the front of the Boston Globe about the lady who's from around here that won it, and I'm like,
oh, congratulations!
I'm like, and it was season 50 of Survivor, and I'm like,
know.
I've never seen one.
You watched the first one? That was
It was on, yeah.
It's part of the zeitgeist.
I watched the first two.
It was one of those things that everyone started. Like, we did Urban Survivor at 99X, where we had people stay in a. Well, the morning show did. I was doing nights, and we had these people stay at this mall, and there was this hot chick that they called like something the hot chick, and I banged her.
End of bit.
When she got eliminated, I took her out and had sex with her.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Good.
I wasn't involved in the contest. I just was like, oh, they keep saying this girl's hot.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see what it's doing. And she was kind enough to willingly have sex with me. It was a whole situation. That's a fond memory.
Well, congratulations to you, too.
Now, ask me her name, and I could not tell you. I know what she looks like. Huge cans. No, I'm just kidding. All right, we'll be back in just a moment with what happened last night.
Did you catch a game last night?
What happened last night is brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game of what happened. So change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Lepresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. You want to hear Don from Carver? Don from Carver. Hello, Don from Carver.
Hi, guys. Hi, Fred. Fred, you looked great yesterday. You looked not out of your element. You look so happy being away from the pressure cooker of a drive-in show and just sitting there in Bertrand's seat and having a good time. You were all smiles. And my boy Hardy was doing a spot-on imitation of Zolak. I particularly liked, there's the new Milliken.
Well, he ripped it from reality.
Yeah, thank you. Don.
Thank you, Don.
Well, you guys were a team. You should do it more often. Take over the first half hour.
That's just what everyone wants. More work for all of us.
Well,
great.
So what Don's referring to, and you can see this at Toucher and Hardy on Instagram, and at 98.5 The Sports Hub on Instagram, is Bertrand told us that they were going to be late. I guess traffic was insane yesterday. So Hardy and I were like, okay, well, we'll just start the show. And then Hardy was like, do you have sunglasses on you? And I said, no, they're in my car, but I don't think it's worth the gag to go get the sunglasses. But I was wrong because I didn't quite know what Hardy was going to do. And Scott got here in time, but Scott was cool and like let us do it. And then Bertrand got here a little bit after him, but we did like 5 minutes. And Hardy worked with Scott. He knows his mannerisms like completely. Like there's subtleties, and I watched the video twice yesterday, and there's subtleties that he's doing that you're not going to pick up unless you know Scott. And and so he started doing it, and I didn't have to do anything, so I just sat there and watched Hardy doing it, and so it was good.
I thought your imitation of Beetle trying to get the train on the tracks was pretty good.
Well, I didn't.
Well, the first line you have is, so this is what we're doing today?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I'm like, that was a perfect Beetle.
That was really good.
Dude, let's not go crazy, but I just know that Scott had been evading the questions about Vrabel and Rossini. That's all I really knew to do. And then Hardy took the ball from there, so that was fun. By the way, I got pulled over yesterday.
Whoa.
Huh.
Leaving work, my emissions tag expired in January. Oh. And I knew why they were pulling me over. And, they pulled me over and they gave me a warning and everything, and that's fine. I deserve to be pulled over. So I go to a place to get the admissions inspection, and the guy was such a delight. He was a lovely man. A lot like Abdo in a way, a not nice Abdo. And he goes, and I'm like, huh? And so basically it was the tire. I need new tires. Oh. He was not going to pass me from the inspection. And I just assumed they just passed you for inspection. I thought it was just an exercise to collect tax money. Like extra money.
No.
But that's
sometimes they'll get you.
But it's like a whole thing. And then he showed me the tire, and I'm like, I don't know what you're pointing at. What the hell's wrong with the tire? So I have to get new tires. So
how many miles on that thing?
35,000.
Wow.
I never rotated them.
Yeah, I know you're supposed to.
I don't know. Maybe if I took it to another place, they'd say you don't need new tires, but
I think you're already in the system.
I'm already in the system.
Yeah.
So what the thing is that if you're a Waltham or Newton police officer, know this, that I've heeded the warning. I've already been to one inspection place, and today I got to go to the dentist at 1. So that's a heads up to everyone. After I get out of the dentist, I'm going directly to a tire store.
Town Fair Tire, baby.
Yeah, I'll go to Town Fair Tire. And now you have to give me that grace. You have to, because there's nothing else I can do. And I will go to the tire place, and I will get the tires.
I guess you could have gone and gotten tires yesterday.
I couldn't because the dog was getting its rabies shots at 2:30. So I went and I drove.
That's what time you should go to the dentist.
2:30.
The first two places that I went for inspections,
so
the wait was one wasn't doing them and one was 45 minutes wait. So I went to a place on Washington Street, again with this delight. I can't believe no one was there. There was literally no one there. Getting gas, getting their cars serviced, nothing. And after he was done screaming and yelling, had the audacity, I had to come up and ask him to perform the service that they do. He sent me on my way. So I had invested like an hour and a half into being told I needed new tires. And by then I had to get the dog, and then I had to go get Zoe, and then Zoe had the tutor, and it was this, that, and the third. So there was no opportunity while doing my responsibility for others and other things to do that. So today, know this. I will leave work. I will go directly home. I will go to the dentist. And when the dentist is over, I'm going to get tires. So if you see me in my Bronco today, no need to pull me over. I'm in the process of getting it all done and buttoned up and by the book.
When you got pulled over, did you ask the police officer if he or she knew who you were?
First of all, good job. Could have been either.
He or she.
Nice job.
Or they.
Did you see John?
Or they.
Wow. Damn it.
Yeah, you suck.
You know, even without 12 here, he's still here.
Yeah,
he's sitting on your shoulder.
Yeah, he just patted me on the back. I could feel his presence.
Did you see John's reaction? Like, she?
Yeah. Yeah, he hates women.
Yeah. And they, you might as well be speaking French.
Yeah, he doesn't even know what we're talking about. He thought I was clowning around with that.
Right.
So they said, I pulled you over for your tag. I go, yeah. And he goes, yeah, it expired a long time ago. I go, yeah. And he goes, why'd you do it? And I go, because I'm Fred Toucher.
Nice.
And I work up the street. I think you know who I am.
Uh-huh.
And I'll be on my way now, sir.
Right.
And then he went, fair play. And then he let me leave. No, he said, why? He goes, why? And I go, I've been lazy. Because I figured I'm not going to lie, and he would respect that.
Yeah.
But then he came back with the warning and said that it wasn't a good excuse. I'm like, yeah, I know.
I know, but I was being cool. So
You've
maybe
unlocked the code.
Maybe you could be cool too.
No, because I didn't. What was I going to say? Like, I mean, that's all that it is. I wasn't in the hospital. I haven't been in the hospital for 5 months. The car hasn't been on blocks for 5 months. I mean, what am I going to say? Did you know that it was expired? Yeah, I know. It's in front of me. I can see it out of the corner of my eye. I know. I don't think about it every day, but now that you bring it up, yeah, I know. It's, very far down the list on things I was concerned about. But
I'm
now
surprised
that you
got pulled for that.
I've been pulled over last year, too, in Waltham, coming to work for that. But that guy knew who I was and just said, oh, hey, Fred, you got to go get the inspection sticker.
But pulled you over for an inspection sticker at 5:35 in the morning?
That was last year. This year it was leaving work.
No, I just find it amazing that at 5:35 in the morning they pulled you over for that.
They can spot it.
Yeah.
No, well, leaving work, not hard because every road shut down. So, you're really being detoured around and there's a lot of cops. So, I wasn't surprised that they pulled. I wasn't surprised at all that he pulled me over. I knew why he pulled me over, I didn't know he was pulling me over, but when I saw it was me, I was like, okay, yeah.
I told
it's
you
gonna be the inspection sticker.
I got ticketed for that once while I was parked in the Target in Watertown. I had gone over there after work when the station was over in Brighton, and had gone in Target and came out and there was a ticket on my windshield.
That's a big ass parking lot. Why did they go get your car?
Because they were just,
some guys just walking around looking.
Some Watertown cop was just like, going up and down the aisles looking for expired inspections.
I'm not positive I wouldn't have rather just gotten a ticket on my window than been pulled over for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm not
because
positive.
You could have been riding dirty.
Yeah, well, that's the good thing is that now, I'm like, I got nothing.
No.
I mean, you could go through this car with it. What do you want me to sign? Search it all. Give me any test. I'm clean as a whistle, my friend. That's the thing. Is I got nothing to worry about. So there is that satisfaction of being pulled over and knowing that I got nothing. So what do you want out of me? But yes, he said that's not a good excuse, and I went, yeah, of course it's not a good excuse. I know it's not a good excuse.
There is that odd superiority complex you get when I got sober and was still living in Vegas and went through a DUI checkpoint where every car is getting pulled. Like everybody's going to jail. It's, like 11 o'clock on a Friday night or something. I could not wait to get up there because I'm like, for once, I've had nothing in my system for a long time. Roll that window
chuck
down.
On the shoulder. Good job.
And I'm like purposely breathing on the cop. Hey, you guys are doing a great job. Have you been drinking? No, sir, I have not.
Yep.
I'm proud of myself. And he's like, all right, you're not supposed to drink, dummy.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Thanks for doing the bare minimum.
But I really haven't this time. I'm not lying.
You've got chips falling out of your pocket. You're all, Alex, hello.
Morning, gentlemen. How we doing?
Hey, what's up?
So I'm going to give you a little bit of a relatable story that I dealt with probably maybe a little over a decade ago that was similar to what you had. I used to live in Lynn, and I was picking my grandmother up from a doctor's appointment. I don't know if you're familiar with Lynn or where the Lynnway is.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm picking her up from a doctor's appointment, and I'm driving to just turn around and take her back to her apartment in Kings Lynn. And suddenly I hit the Lynn Fells Parkway Rotary, and there's a cop there, and they're doing construction there. He starts snapping his finger at me, and I'm like, what the hell did I do wrong? So he points me to pull over while I have my 88-year-old grandmother in the car, and he's asked me, are you aware that your inspection sticker expired 11 days ago? I'm like, no, officer, I did not. I just got my car back from an accident probably 5 days ago, and I have my poor 88-year-old grandmother shaking like a leaf in the front seat, and I'm like, officer, is this really necessary? He's like, yes, you need to make sure that you have this done. This is a safety hazard. And I'm like, okay, thanks, buddy. I appreciate you nearly sending my 88-year-old grandmother into a stroke to enforce me a $55 ticket that's 11 days expired. So trust me, Fred, I know where you're coming from.
Well, I wasn't complaining. I mean, I deserved to get pulled over. I mean, I understood the ramifications of not getting it.
Stressful enough going through that rotary in Lynn, though, without, the added stress of getting pulled over in the middle of it. I'm always convinced I'm doing something wrong anyway.
But if it was only 15 days expired, like mine expired in January.
Yeah,
that's that's my bad.
You're approaching scofflaw status.
Yeah, I mean, in terms, it's like a felony in terms of inspection stickers. Like I am in real, because I thought it would be neat if it had already gone through another color by the time I got it inspected.
You were a year late, but on time.
Yeah.
Maybe they wouldn't even know. Like on the 1st of next year, they would just assume the stickers were blue.
It's like waiting so long to go back to the nightclub, you never take your wristband off. It's like, hey, this could be the right color again for tonight.
Yeah, get in the water park wristband laminated so you can never. Yeah, they never charge you again. Yeah, so. Whatever. No, I'm not mad at the guy for pulling me over. I know why he pulled me over. He was fine. Listen. I'm lucky he didn't give me a ticket. I'm just letting you know.
It'll be fun.
This is a multi-step process now.
It'll be fun too when you go back 6 months from now to get it again because they backdate it.
Yes, they do.
No, I know because I got it done in like October of last year, and they put a 1 on it. So yes, I'm aware. It had expired in the January of 2024, And then in 2025, I got it in like November.
Yeah.
And they just put a 1 on it, so it was good for like a month and a half.
Actually, that was your excuse. What's your excuse? Because I just had it done. You think it's late now. Ooh.
Yeah. It's never a convenient thing. It seems a little there. There's states that don't do that at all. So it's a little.
You say it's a cash grab?
It's a bit of a cash grab.
Oh.
I just assumed that if I went to the inspection place, the guy would just do the thing and then I would be on my way. But apparently, I need new tires.
I hope you sue him.
Thank you. All right, so we'll be back in a moment. Here are the headlines.
When it comes to the show, Hardy thinks the same way you do.
Nothing happened.
He's got the same questions.
Where is the story?
And the same opinions.
Boring.
And he's back with Fred on the Sports Hub.
Okay, Hardy, what happened last evening?
Red Sox wrapping up their set with the Kansas City Royals. Kansas City jumping out to the lead.
And now Diaz launches it to left field. Duran has no chance. All he can do is watch it go. Elias Diaz puts the Royals back out in front.
It's like a cheating spouse. Hit the road, Jack. You're gone. Watch go.
Well, Duran has no chance on that one because all he can do is watch the ball sail over his head. But what can Duran do if he's watching the ball being hurled toward him? You see, later when he's at the plate, John.
High fly, left field, driving
Touche.
back.
Turnaround is fair play.
That one's going to fly all day.
To the wall, leaping up. He can't get it. He's
No,
gone.
he stinks. Next time, catch the ball. It will be good for 1 out.
He goes Oppo.
No, you want to catch it. That keeps the run off the board and gives you an out. And 2 more get you out of the inning.
Again, what a series he's having. And he's put the Red Sox on top. Opposite field into the bullpen for a 2-run shot.
That's right. The game was 3-2 at that point. Duran taking that 2-2 pitch. Oppo for the 4-3 lead. He wasn't even done. 9th inning.
Tonight. Shouldn't have played this. 3-1. He rips that one into the alley. That's onto the grass. The trap.
Oh, no, with the prostitutes. Watch your feet there, Trixie.
You shouldn't have. Look, you should have just stopped it there. You should have just stopped it there.
How about this? You stop right there.
It's up for second. He's going to keep on going. He rounds second, heading into third. They won't get him as he triples.
Okay. Leads off the inning with a triple in the 9th inning.
Yeah.
You have the 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up right after him.
Yeah.
Runner on third, nobody out. Fred, did he score?
He did not.
He did not score. Just leave it with the 2-run homer. He did some good things. Fantastic.
It's not his fault he didn't score.
I know it's not his fault. It's the team's fault. It's the lineup's fault.
You got to put the ball in play.
Yes, you do. And a guy hit a ground ball to second base and drawn it in. Next 2 guys struck out. Your 3 and 4 hitters struck out to end the inning. So the Red Sox still doing bad things on offense, but now they're getting enough hits to make up for it.
Well, Contreras was 3 for 4, so he
was. Unfortunately, that 4th at bat was the one with the runner on third and 2 outs.
Well, there was 2 outs,
yeah.
So that you're not asking for you're asking for more for him than you are from Yoshida or Abreu, obviously.
Yes.
So
first series
2 outs, third base. It's inconsequential, really. You got to get a hit. The first 2, you don't have to.
No.
Got to make contact.
Just get the ball out of the infield with helpful
contact.
Yes.
Yeah. Or if they're in, you just knock it through the infield.
Something, anything. Be nice.
Yeah.
A series sweep for the Red Sox, their second of the season. Both occurred on the road. They swept the Tigers, and now they sweep the Kansas City Royals. In that
2 teams with wonderful records.
Yeah, they're both really, really good.
I know. Kansas City's terrible.
No, I don't. They weren't supposed to be either.
They aren't. But they weren't. But they are.
No, they're bad. And so are the Tigers. The Tigers are really, 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 really bad. Yeah. So bad that I don't think the Tigers can keep Skubal at the trade deadline because they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to start unloading players. So it's going to be an interesting trade deadline if things stay this way because I heard yesterday people talking about what the Red Sox could get for Chapman. Steve Phillips was talking about how Chapman would be able to fetch them a nice little return.
Just signed a new contract with the Red Sox, too. Just signed a new extension.
Yeah. Well, you trade your closer when you suck. And so unless they sweep a few more series here.
Well, good news, bad news on that. They'll come home to take on Minnesota this weekend. Not great. And follow that up with a 3-game set with Atlanta.
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Minnesota any good? Because the Central
middle
is
of
terrible.
the pack, right around 500.
Okay. Well, in the American League, that's okay.
4 games under 500.
All right. And then Atlanta is one of the 2 good teams in baseball.
Yes.
So they have
that's
that going
correct.
for them. All right. We'll be back.
No.
Oh, no, we won't.
No.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Because there's 2 good basketball teams that were playing last night.
Oh, hoops.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Victor Wembanyama of the San Antonio Spurs trying to go up 2-0 on the Oklahoma City Thunder on the road.
Victor brings down the rebound, and now will pull up straight away 3. Got it! Victor Wembanyama. That's his 3rd 3, and starting to rise to the occasion here.
Wee-wee.
Second half.
Not so fast.
Yeah, that's right.
No, not so fast, said Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Shea wants it and gets it. Lifted high left on Castro to the baseline. Steps back, fires from the wing. An 18-foot jumper. Nothing but net. Gilgeous-Alexander rips the cords. He has 30 in game 2.
He can't just say that he scored. It's always got to be something.
He ripped the cord.
And
Repeat
they
after me. Made the shot.
122 points, and he's got a, the orgasm over every single shot.
Cha-ching, it's under Moneyball.
Yeah.
So, by the way, everyone's hurt. So Jalen Williams is hurt for Oklahoma City, and they don't think he's coming back. Dylan Harper is hurt for San Antonio, and that's
Aaron Fox, too. Yeah, Fox and Harper both out. But now this series has some juice because there's some physicality. Yeah. Isaiah Hartenstein is now the bad guy in this series. And they detailed it during the broadcast last night. He is holding on to Wembanyama's arm, trying to yank him away from the basket while the 2 of them are going up for rebounds. And did you see the video, Fred, of him pulling Stephon Castle down by his hair?
Yes, and I heard a guy from Oklahoma City saying, I don't know how much longer they're going to let him do this.
Oh, boy.
But, for 1 game, they let him do whatever he wanted. So I heard a guy on the way in today from Oklahoma City who sounded like he was from Queens. So I don't think anyone's actually born in Oklahoma City. But, he was saying the same thing, and he was saying that even as an Oklahoma City fan,
it was bad.
It
was really bad last night.
They're probably not going to get away with that again in this series. So for 1 game, they really let them have at it. But you can't look to be able to do that the whole series.
Yeah, 122-113. Oklahoma City evens up the series at 1 tonight. Cleveland in New York, as they will try and not go down 2-0 to the Knicks.
Oh, please go down.
What?
Go downtown on me.
All right.
I'm talking about fellatio.
I know what you're talking about.
Go downtown.
Yeah, I know.
In my britches.
I know.
You know?
I know what that means.
All right. There was a
I've
media
had that done to
feud.
me, too.
Yeah, right. Not involving us. The Beetle. I heard a little bit of this yesterday. Beetle was very upset with Bedard.
Yeah.
So we like that. So we will have that for you in just a moment.